A very good day to you, Edo people, and all lovers of peace and national coexistence. You are on to Frontline, a current affairs program on NTA, the largest television network in Africa. Frontline is a current affairs program, and on this week's special edition, we will be focusing on the 2024 Edo State governorship election, which is just days away. I have here live with me in the studio representatives of the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. Barrister Michael Igbinijo of the APC is an ardent supporter of his party, and he has strong belief in the mandate of his candidate. Sir, you're welcome to the program. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. And we also have with me a woman leader of the PDP. She is Evangelist Angela Irianile. Ma, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And so we'll quickly kick off the program, starting with the All Progressives Congress. On this week's edition, we'll no longer be calling names because you are here representing your party. Yeah. So the APC, how prepared is your party to conduct the 2024 governorship election?
The APC has been preparing for this election for the get-go. We have been excited to be part of this election, and we're extremely confident that we're going to win this election because we know what the people want. And our leaders are spread across the 3 geographical senatorial districts, and they've gone all out to make sure that we correlate and assemble what will pay dividends to the Edo State people. So we're very excited, and we're looking forward to September 21st, this Saturday, where our ardent supporters and true supporters will come out to prove that the change is here. The change for the good of Edo State, led by our distinguished Senator, Monday Okpebholo, soon to be the next governor of Edo State. So we're very excited, and we're looking forward to this Saturday.
All right. Madam, let me throw the same question at you. How prepared is the PDP to conduct the election?
Well, the PDP, we are very prepared for this election. We have a sellable candidate. We've been talking to the people. Our candidates have gone round the 18 local governments, meeting with the people. So we are very, very prepared, and we are sure that the PDP is going to win this election come Saturday 21st.
All right, so let's look at expectations now, because we have other key players apart from the parties. We have key players in this election, and that's talking about the umpire, INEC, and of course security agencies. So what are your expectations from them?
To create an enabling environment for a free and fair election. They're the umpires, and umpires will be independent. Umpires will do their best to make sure that we have a peaceful election and that the right candidate wins. So we're very, very confident in the umpires that are going to come to the state, whether it's the INEC or the armed forces, the police, whomever it may be. We are not providing any excuses whatsoever because we're so confident in our ability to be able to win the election. We've gotten feedback from the people. We've also gone through all the nooks and crannies of Edo State, the 18 local government, the wards. So we've done our work. You see, one of the things that the APC in Edo State has done is that we didn't concentrate in terms of trying to please the media. We went to the people, talked to the people, and we moved silently and also loudly to prepare for this election. And when you want a change, you work extremely hard. We've had people from leaders showing good leadership in terms of how hard they have worked to be able to upturn the current government and to make sure that Edo State is moved forward for the betterment of Edo people.
All right, Madam, your party's expectation, especially as a woman now? I know you must have been part of a mobilization for women involvement in this election. And so what's your expectation from key players, not just the police now and INEC, but also from, women?
Yeah, my expectation is that the women, they know the right thing to do, and definitely they are going to do the right thing by voting the right candidate, which is Asuen Ighodalo. As you know, right now, what is happening in Edo State, the APC are trying to create fear in the minds of the people so that they will not come out to vote.
Are there, you must, for any statement made, there must be some, basis.
Yeah,
I'm not sure there's any basis for
they are harassing people like
statement.
yesterday at Ward 2, around Ramat Park, there, they went to PDP secretariat where the PDP were holding meetings, and they tried to arrest some persons. Allegedly. No, there was, we saw the videos. We saw the videos. So they tried to arrest some persons, and women were there screaming, what has this person do? I saw these people trying to bundle this guy into their vehicle, but because of the intervention of people that were around, they later freed the guy and allow him to go. There are a lot of threats here and there. They rely on federal might, but we are not scared, and we are telling the people of Edo State not to be afraid. They should come out on Saturday to cast their vote. Our candidate is ready. Our candidate is prepared. We have a sellable candidate. He has been able to come out to tell the people of Edo State what he will do for us.
Okay, Mark, you just made a statement, and I'm sure perhaps the APC representative here will want to,
you see, when people begin to drown, and they had all these high expectations that they were going to win the election hands down, and after campaigning and seeing that the tide has turned against them, what do? They start throwing blames. They start putting unfounded accusations, and the so-called mighty federal hands, they're providing excuses. About a month or two ago, there were no excuses. They were so confident that they had more hope than the Pope that they were going to win this election. But when they now are seeing that the writing is on the wall, that their die is cast, and that the time is up, they're now shouting up and down with unfounded accusations. If you have any forms of accusations of anything that is going on, prove it. I am not going to come here. I'm a lawyer. I'm not going to come here. Anything I say, it will be based on facts. You can go and fact check me. I will have my evidence. So, but you now see from the governor to everybody in APC screaming up and down. But you are the people ruling the state, and yet you're worried. When it was to your advantage, you didn't scream up and down that there's federal might, there's this, there's that. But you know that the candidate you have does not have a history in Benin City, does not have a history in Edo State. This is a candidate that people are unfamiliar with. I mean, I find it absolutely appalling in many ways that they'll go and bring a so-called Messiah that has had no affiliation to the Edo State whatsoever. You have a candidate that even if I put him in Ring Road and say, please go to Upper Market, he will not have any idea where Upper Market is. They brought somebody that...
You just said that yes, you are a lawyer, and any statement you make, must be followed up with facts. So we are not so sure that, that's scenario you just painted is true, because even a stranger that comes to Benin City for just 2 days will be able to find there's Google. So let's move on. It's not a matter of Google. Let's move on, sir. In the course of the process of the campaigns, we've had some parties have been preparing for months now. For years for this Saturday, this election, and so there must have been some challenges that we have encountered in the process, parties now, So let's start with Madam. What are the challenges you have encountered, especially because we all know that one of the things we find that is the recurring topic is female participation. I'm glad we have a woman today in the house, female participation in election. Briefly, could you just tell us, is that part of the challenge this time? Are women really participating in the election?
Yes. women are really participating in this election, because this time it is the women that are suffering. It is the women that go to markets. It is the women that buy things in the market. So we know what we are suffering right now, even transportation. So the women are really participating. The market women, they are there. They are there to support good governance. We are tired of the APC, just as Barrister said now. The PDP, I want to say something, we are not afraid of anything, because we are really prepared of this election. We are confident that if this election will take place today, the PDP are going to win.
All right. Sir, let's take a time now, because we are here purely to sell your candidate. So also, Madam is here to sell the candidate, because that's the basis of this election. Why do you think Edo people should vote, should believe in the mandate of your candidate?
Senator Monday Okpebholo is a man, an indigene, and he has paid his dues in this state. He is not somebody that came from outside. He's somebody that is a sitting senator from the senatorial district of Esar Land. He is a man that has felt the pains and the little gains of his people under the PDP. He is a man that is highly committed. He is a man that has a proven track record, even before he became a senator, of doing things for his people from his own pocket. He is a man that is deeply connected to his people. He is a man that listens to his people. He's a man that doesn't have self-delusions of grandeur and say, hey mom, I'm the brightest light bulb in the chandelier. He's a man that is ready to put the right people in the right places. He's a man that doesn't believe that he's omniscient, but he's a good leader that will bring in the right minds to help steer this state into the right direction, into the rightful place that this state should be. And moreover, this is APC. What you have now is a collection of top people, people from across the board who have come to join, who are familiar with the candidate. Not a candidate that people are unfamiliar with, people have never seen before until the election or whatsoever. And his simple agenda is very straightforward. First and foremost, he wants to be able to tackle the insecurity in the state. Even before he became a senator and everything, that was one of his primary concerns. Go and look at his record in terms of his donations, of how he's been able to help the police and anybody regarding the insecurity that persists in Edo State. Now, then again, he wants to be able to do the roads. He wants to be able to do the healthcare, education, just keeping things simple, because we have steered so much away from realities with MOU type governance, with theoretical stuff. This is a man that is realistic. This is a man that has gone to each and every community to ask them, what is their pressing needs? What do you people want me to be able to do? What is the timeline? And then also, he's also realistic that he's coming into a government. When he takes over the government of Edo State, he realizes the mess that Edo State is in. So he's not going to overpromise people and under-deliver. What he has done is to say, look, we're getting an average of 16 billion every month, but we are in a debt of almost 600 billion, according to the statistics that's available. So he is going to try and trim down that debt and try to keep things very, very realistic without making all these highfalutin promises that we know is not going to exist. Okay. So that is the real difference. This is a man of the people. This is a man that the people know. This is a man that people have touched, not somebody that came from outside and just think that he knows everything. This is a man, most of all, that is also going to that understand our ways, our means, our traditions, our cultures, and he's going to preserve that and work within those environments and put people in the right place to enhance what we already have.
All right. Many thanks. Madam, the PDP, what's your candidates bringing to the table? Why should Edo people go out there on Saturday and say, it's PDP I want to put my thumb on? Why?
Well, when I saw his manifesto, he talks about the well-being of the people, bringing good health care to the people. He talks about economic growth, how he's going to grow our economy. He talks about our environment, bringing security, good governance, accountability, and also security, law, and order. So these are the things he promised to do for us. It's not by him being in Edo State or spending all his life in Edo State. He is an indigene, he's the son of the soil. A man that has worked with Oshomole for 8 years, worked with Obaseki for almost 8 years now. You can't call that man a stranger. And it is not about being in Edo State, living here, that makes you a son of the soil. I remembered Oshomole came from the north and he became governor of the state. The same Akpako Musa we are talking about, he came from Jos. He lived his life in Jos. So if Oshomole can be governor of Edo State for 8 years, why can't Asuelime be the governor of Edo State? Asuelime is a man that has done so much for his people. He has done a lot of things for his people. And he is ready to serve Edo State.
Let me just briefly counteract that. He's done a lot of things for his people. He's somebody that's been in the private sector. He was chairman of NBL, Nigerian Breweries. I want to know, what corporate social responsibility did he ever do in Edo State? There's none. What depot did he create in Edo State? What palliatives, what did he do under his chairmanship? Okay, let's even move away from that. He was chairman for 10 years, apparently, of Sterling Bank. Not one branch in Eastern Land. This is a man that has lived all his life outside of Edo State. He doesn't even have a house here. He doesn't have an apartment here. And he came here as an economic advisor within the last 7 years or so. And look at the debacle, the mess that we are in terms of debts. And also, you look at the PDP as a whole. The federal government gave palliatives. Who stole those palliatives? These are things that alleviate poverty. These are things that the government is trying to do for the people of the state. And yet PDP come around mesmerizing people with their highfalutin talk and saying they're going to do this or do that. You've had him, under PDP, you've had him for 4 years, and prior to APC. What has been done?
Everything must be backed up by fact, and we will continue to say in this program, every accusation made is allegedly.
I want to say something. Like,
briefly, madam,
yes,
you
briefly.
want to, but you know, I just does it have to do with the what Barrister just said?
Yes, it has to do with that. Like Barrister just said, Asuelime does not have a house in Edo State. Asuelime is from Edo State. He has lived here. He has affected lives in Edo State. I am not really good at trying to destroy people's or assassinate people's character. But the truth being said, all this propaganda, political propaganda, is not going to help us. We all know that the APC, I will say, the APC, they just look at the people of Edo, that we don't know what we are doing. They brought a candidate, a candidate that said he wants to bring insecurity to Edo State. They brought somebody like that to us, a candidate that cannot address the people. And the people are saying, let Okpebo speak up. You said now that the federal government brought palliative. I saw one of the senators from Edo North, when he was distributing the palliative he brought to the people. I saw where he put them, he was showing everything. The one the federal government brought through Senator Monday Okpebo, what did he do to it? He is from my place. What has he done in his place? Uwe-san. I just came back from the village 2 days ago. He's from Uwe-san. We are from the same ward. So what has he done there? We don't have good roads, except for the one that Obaseki just did last time from Uromi, from Utako to Uwe-san. We have the other road from Arwe, from Aneni's house that he did halfway We don't have light in Uwesan as we speak now. We don't have water in Uwesan. What has it done to its own immediate community? Not to talk of the state. A man that said he will not do anything except what the leaders asked him to do. We are looking for a governor, somebody that will pilot the affair of Edo State, not somebody that wants people to hold his hand and start saying, look at what you will do. If they depend on maybe federal might, they are going to rig this election, I can categorically say that Edo election is too big to rig. They cannot rig this election. So therefore, with the PDP, we are not afraid. We are going to this election, we are going to the field with confidence.
All right. Thank you. Many thanks.
Thank you. I'm so happy that she has said that Edo State is too big to be rigged. On Saturday, and when hopefully we get the results on Sunday, I hope you come back here to restate that.
Yes, we'll have it.
No. So I hope she comes back here to restate that Edo State cannot be rigged. And what we all pray for is a fair election. This is a referendum on who we know. It's not a matter of talk. It's a matter of somebody who can do. And somebody that comes out and says that, regarding what you said about leaders, he's a son of the soil. He respects traditions. He respects elderlies, he respects the people. It's a matter of respect. It doesn't mean that the leaders are going to control him.
And more importantly, this election is about the candidates.
Absolutely.
It's not about handlers or those around the candidates.
Absolutely.
It's about the candidates, and we should focus on of course, the candidates and what they are bringing, to the table. And I'm sure Edo people, will decide, and that is why I want to just ask this question now, because when push comes to shove, this whole issue at the election is all about Edo people, and what is best for them. And so, Madam, what's your word for Edo people as they prepare, to go to the ballots to cast for their preferred candidate on Saturday? What's your word for Edo people?
My word for Edo people is this: they should not be afraid of anything. There's going to be security. They should all come out and cast their votes for their preferred candidate. Right. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Madam. What's your last word for
I absolutely concur.
Edo people?
I absolutely concur with her that Edo people should not be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. So please come out on that day to vote APC. It is the right thing to do, right. and I hope and pray that come the results of that election, and the APC becomes the winner.
Many thanks. It has been very, very interesting. I've enjoyed this week's edition of Frontline. Thank you, Barrister Michael Igbenidi of the All Progressives Congress, for coming in today on Frontline. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I also want to thank especially the woman leader of the PDP, Evangelist Angela Irianile. Thank you, Madam, for coming to the program today.
Thank you very much.
And viewers at home, that is how it has been. We're preparing for Edo governorship election. All eyes are on Edo State, and the message is clear that we should go out there and vote without rancor. We are expecting a very, very peaceful election, because if the election is peaceful, and so it will tell well for our future. I want to thank you very much for joining us on behalf of the producer and the rest of the Frontline crew. Many thanks, and have a blessed day ahead.